So Enzo Maresca and myself are trying to rebuild City. With the ultimate aim to win the Champions League, now Pep Guardiola's gone for good. That's not the only thing that's going good, however. We're going far in a competition. We could try and win today for a huge confidence boost, beating the rivals on penalties. That was last time out, as yes people, if I look like I, well, didn't in the last video, let's say that, I look a lot sweatier. The UK is literally on a heat wave right now, which could affect the gameplay you're getting today, but this is the team. You can see De Bruyne, he's absolutely knackered like I feel right now. Mark Guehi and Ryan Cherky looking very tired. Reece James, the signing we stole from Chelsea because Enzo Maresca had to steal from his old club, or he didn't have to steal. He said he would steal, that's who he's took. We've got players out on loan like Simpson Puse, Mafunde, Samuel, Rico Lewis, the backup. He's injured, but he's only tired. That's fair enough, as like I did say, we got that huge win. January's up next. There's still FA Cup to go, or Champions League, should I say. The FA Cup we do enter too. Chelsea we've got to play, and I think I'm going to play them instead of United, due to already playing United. But Enzo, we approach January. What signings do you want to see? Because we obviously still have the money. Nice rhyme, boss. He didn't say that, but he does say he wants to still spend money. On a backup goalkeeper, going these far in competitions could be vital. That we get a goalkeeper in. James Trafford really done well for us. And that is true. Donnarumma left us and James Trafford stepped in nicely. His average match rating, 6.89. That's not too bad. Not doing too great in the Champions League and is required at every single opportunity. I think, yes, he has played the most games for City. And that isn't always a great thing, but here we go to the bridge. Stamford Bridge. All the fans in the pubs back in Manchester. Enzo back against his former club. Phil Foden onto Thiago, Kevin De Bruyne. I love these players that we've got here with the citizens. No forward thinking for Antoine Semenyo. Bruyne, Joao Neves. That's a brilliant ball through to Igor Thiago. Thiago gets this out wide onto Antoine Semenyo. Can he hit the head of the Haaland replacement? It's over Ryan Cherky. Kevin De Bruyne tries to keep it alive. Semenyo gets it into KDB and Reece James. He's on, of course, that inverted role. Back at the bridge as well as Enzo Maresca. If he scores, they're going to be rioting. Reece James flashes it to the side of Sanchez's goal. It was almost 1-0. Joshua Kimmich into Estevao. Estevao just absolutely tying us in knots. Here's Joao Pedro. Pedro, just keep right side of him. We'll be fine. But he's got it round to Estevao. Cole Palmer through the middle. An ex-City player. So many links between these teams. But I think this is a 3-on-1. We have to score. Ryan Cherky into Igor Thiago. He's unselfish. Antoine Semenyo at the end of the first half. I didn't show you guys the league, but we're fighting for a decent position in it, I think anyway. I have simmed a few games since that, but look at this. Thiago very unselfish, just before half-time, and before our big game against Tottenham in the, the Carabao Cup. That's it, we've got 2 legs. We always sim the first. I want to get onto our first Champions League knockout game today, if possible. I've got good confidence with this City team. It is so free-flowing. Antoine Semenyo across the box. Cherky, what a save. What a save that is from Roberto Sanchez, or Robert Sanchez. Whipped in towards Guehi. Away from Methali, whoever he is. It's been plain sailing here. Methali down the line. Into Bynum Gittens. Across to Joao Pedro, however. And Chelsea with a big opportunity. Cole Palmer gets there ahead of Nico O'Reilly. What's that jump from Trafford? It's not a great clearance. And Cole Palmer fluffs his lines. And we do pick up the win, however, after a defeat to United. Leaving us 3 points off the top. Liverpool are runners. Or front runners, as the first man coming to me right now is Nico O'Reilly. Thanks for having me in the office, boss. I want to speak on Trafford. Yes, I've heard the rumours, they're both in the press and from Enzo Maresca's office, that we're in for a keeper. Have you not thought about actually getting a starting one in? Donnarumma left us and he was world class. Trafford has been tremendously good. However, in that last game, he called that he was coming out. He didn't come out. Palmer got the ball and almost scored. That cannot be happening. And I guess we have. We've got 148 million. Maybe we go above Maresca. We treat him to something special, not just getting a backup for Trafford, but getting someone to go in front of him. Joan Garcia of Barcelona. He's won everything now. Hansi Flick will have left his post at the end of this season as Barcelona boss. I think we bring him in. 132 million. That's the rest of the budget gone on this man. It's a good job we have already signed contracts up. Sensational signing, but online it looks like James Trafford isn't happy. I mean, it's the second time he's been promised that crucial role and actually not got it. And hey, I still want to trust him for this next game, despite him being very angry with us. It is Tottenham in the Carabao first leg, so a changed team. Come on, let's get the job done. A few non-fresh faces into this lineup. And is there any point playing the second leg? That's just embarrassing, is that? A 5-1 loss, right? I think maybe we just gamble on the Champions League games. We're not going to win 4-0. Especially with the league still to play for. And the fact we've just been embarrassed. I can't change the team up. I've already rotated. 2 players in the team of the year, including the new goalie. So there is positives to speak on. Maybe it hasn't been the world's best here, but we have stolen from Barca. Hey, and maybe anything's possible because we've got Tottenham here. We've got Athens in the Champions League. And before this, we drew with Spurs. Athens, though. That means we've actually not gone through in the league phase in the top 8. That's embarrassing for City. Enzo, what's happened there? Why are we not getting through in the UCL? Boss, I think the goalkeeper came through a little late, I can't lie to you. But we'll beat Athens, don't you worry. I've got faith we can do it. I'm going to say faith is kind of cheap. I've just seen the first game against Spurs in the Carabao, and the second leg is a 1-1 draw. We can't win that one. We better be beating Athens, as I am going to hopefully sim it and hopefully go through. Get in there. Right, a 3-1 win away from home in Greece. Probably colder there. That's me talking about the UK, by the way. I can't get over this weather. You might not be watching this when it's boiling, and a 3-2 win. I got nervous there, forgetting about the first leg. Cheeky. A lot of questions still to be asked, however, about this Manchester City side. Is that all paper talk? Well, I tell you what, it's gonna be truthful. Or should I say the truthful matter will come when we play Munich over 2 legs. Do we go back to James Trafford? Do we trust Enzo will actually get past these? Do we sack him? Decisions, but I'm only messing, and we're doing alright in the Premier League. We are still on the trail of Liverpool with Munich up next. Yes, I realise we haven't played many games today. I probably should have played against Athens, but I was too busy signing this goalie up, and look how our team needs rest. Mark Gahey must have had an injury. Kusanov and James not coping. It's going to be Gonzalez dropping into centre-back, and I think that could actually cost us. Especially against a team like Bayern. Gonzalez, please don't drop off too much. The late goal from Foden might have spared us a travel to the Allianz. Enzo, my friend, time is a-ticking. I know we keep it up with Liverpool in the league, but you must try and win this game really so. And by that, I mean don't leave it up to chance at the end of the game. I've provided you with world's best in midfield and in goal. I don't speak no lies. We really have got one of the world's best teams. Enzo's got to do it here. Allianz Arena in Germany. Again though, probably not as warm as the UK is right now in this heatwave. They've got the likes of Musiala and Pavlovic, 2 players I looked at signing. Phil Foden was charging them down. It's Harry Kane trying to look past the players that have been well rested because I did rotate for that first leg, didn't rotate it back. Should be all fresh for this one. Michael Elise, I never looked at signing, but I know how good of a player he is. There was a gap. Harry Kane, well read by Kusanov. João Neves holds it up on that play style that he does have. That's a brilliant chip. If Thiago can beat the keeper. Big off his line well. I like that though from the big man. He's got pace. Where did that come from, Thiago? That is a brilliant rob as well. Antoine Semenyo into Igor. Remember that assist against Chelsea? He has returned the favour. Antoine Semenyo and Igor Thiago do seem like a bit of a bromance. Shame for Ryan Cherky to be left out, but still I trust him. That is terrible from the defender. Semenyo, first time it had to be taken. Well in, Igor Thiago, as Phil Foden has to try and turn out from his man now. Ryan Cherky, what can he do? Cheeky Cherky tries to turn out, tries to squeeze it through the gap. Dayat Upamecano win that header, Mark Gahey. Run pointed from De Bruyne, not really feasible, but I can squeeze it in this gap. Good footwork. Despite the age of this man, he can provide. Cherky, wow. Tried to be a bit too cheeky with it, Cherky. James round the corner, João Neves. Cherky again. Here's João Neves lining up the finesse shot. I told him don't leave it late. And I guess he technically isn't leaving it late, but we're not in the lead. We've scored. We're on level terms, away from home. I'd be stupid not to take extra time by now. Ryan Cherky turns out. Reece James. Can we blast that ball through the middle again? We don't. Diaz, straight on it. Jamal Musiala. Musiala around us. Number 6. Keeping up with it. Reece James. Keep running at them. Kusanov gets the ball across. James again down this right-hand side. We're getting a lot of joy down the left. I wanted to try it on the right. Igor Thiago. That's a brilliant ball in. Phil Foden. Good football. Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, Big saves almost the impossible savable shot. That's finesse shots, usually deadly. And Reece James from set piece is almost as good as Declan Rice. Aiming for Mark Guehi if he can whip it in again. Good ball. Keeper's good off his line. I just have to give it to Jonas Erbig. He's been phenomenal. He really has. As 80th minute, Semenyo through the middle. Phil Foden. He's escaped his man who's falling over his feet. I told you he was the star of this save. Manchester City's bright light is Phil Foden once again. Revived back in his prime. He's not a youngster no more. But he is balling out like never before. New goalkeeper in the net, not tested. Phil Foden, hopefully with the winner against Jonas Erbig. And as far as wins go, it's really satisfying. But tactically, Maresca got that spot on. Got the 2 goals he needed and got out.